October 12th, 2022 meeting will come to order. Mr. Brado, will you do the roll call, please?
Sure. Amanda Oparka,
Here.
Linda Torp,
Here.
Archie Lytle,
Here.
David Brado here.
Mr. Gleason is absent, excused this week.
Yes.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. Board members, we had a request for, from item D2 to be tabled. I'd ask that be tabled and that we adjust the agenda by moving D3 to D2 and D4 to D3. Any other changes to meeting minutes or agenda?
I see none.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there support for the motion?
Support.
Supported by Mr. Brado. Motion by Mr. Brado, supported by Ms. Torp. Mr. Brado, will you do the roll call, please?
Sure. Ms. Oparka,
Yes.
Ms. Torp,
Yes.
Mr. Lytle,
Yes.
Mr. Brado, yes.
Okay, we've got the amended agenda for the evening. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the meeting minutes. Board members, in your packet, you have the meeting minutes from our last meeting, September 13th, 2022. Any changes to the meeting minutes, page 1? I think unless Ms. Burns and Mr. Brado have gotten together, I think we have to change item A on the agenda to Mr. Brado. Anyone? Right here. Any other changes to?
I see none.
Is there a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
I'll make that motion.
Is there support for the motion?
Support.
Okay, Mr. Brado, will you do the roll call, please?
Sure. Mr. Brado, yes. Ms. Torp,
Yes.
Ms. Oparka,
Yes.
Mr. Lytle.
Yes, thank you. Next item on the agenda is the hearings and reviews. Mr. Brado, will you read the first case this evening, please?
Sure. The first case, D1, case number 14-22 ZBA. Petitioner is Lori Niemer at 39615. I believe that is 39615 Clearview. Property lot number 17-12-16-30518. Requesting a variance from Article 6, Section 601B, number 3B for the installation of a privacy fence.
Thank you, Mr. Brado. Do we have a representative here of the Gleason?
Yes.
Want to come to the podium, give us your name and address and your request this evening? You'll need your name and your address.
Okay. Lori Niemer, 39615 Clearview.
Okay, and you've come before us requesting a privacy fence variance.
We replaced the fence that was existing because it had blown down in the storm. And we did not have
Permit?
permit before, so work was done. We're now filing for an amendment to the variance to the
Sure.
rule of having a 6-foot fence on the, basically, it looks like we're on the right of way versus setback from the right of way.
And you're on a corner property, right?
Yes.
We have letters from our neighbors stating that the fence is appropriate. There's no problems with their, as they improve the fence as it exists compared to what it was before.
Okay. Board members, any questions for the applicants this evening? Seems to be fairly straightforward. You're just requesting a replacement of an existing fence, kind of after the fact, but.
After the fact, yes, unfortunately. I mean, if you want to know, there's a story behind after the fact. But I don't know if you want to know the story.
It's okay.
Any other questions for the applicant? Is there anyone in the audience who would like to speak to this case this evening? Hearing none, unless there's further discussion, board members will close the public portion of the meeting and go into board discussion. Board members, any discussion on this?
So it appears the fence is going to be replaced in the same,
Same location.
same location? Okay, so,
Same height to the fence?
Better looking, new, not falling down.
I was over there, it looks very nice.
Is there a motion this evening?
the motion is,
I'll make that motion.
Okay, Ms. Storm, go ahead.
I move that the ZBA approve a variance from section 6.01B3 for the following reason. There are practical difficulty exists to tear down the existing fence because it replaces one that was already there. Under Article 18, Section 18.04, I 1 through 7.
Okay. Is there support for the motion this evening?
I'll support.
Okay, a motion by Ms. Torp, supported by Ms. Parka. Oparka, Mr. Good time, can we do the roll call, please?
sure. Ms. Torp,
Yes.
Ms. Oparka,
Yes.
Mr. Brado, yes? I'm sorry,
Chairman Lidle.
Chairman Leiter, I'm sorry.
Yes, thank you.
Sorry.
Okay, thank you.
All set, thank you.
Okay, Mr.
I mean, just so everybody knows, I'm the impromptu secretary for tonight, so you're going to hear a lot of mistakes.
Okay, will you read the next case this evening, please?
All right, next case, case number D2, losing my,
It's D2, but it's the case right after.
yeah, I'm losing my, so I guess it'd be case 15-22?
Yeah,
Nope. Case 16-22, ZBA.
yes.
Jeff and Michelle Helzer, 39793 Whitewater. And they are requesting a variance from Article 5, Section 505A, number 1, for the installation of a whole house generator.
Okay, is there representatives of the Helzers here this evening? Ms. Helzer, would you come to the podium, give us your name and address and your request?
Now, Archie, I don't know if I didn't recognize you right away, but from Walbridge, quite a few years back.
Oh, okay.
Nice to see you again. So Jeff and Michelle Helzer at 39793 Whitewater Drive. We wanted to install a whole house generator. The only area, the surrounding perimeter of the house that you can install it is on the mechanical side of the house, 5 feet away from every door or window. But we're short on 1 foot from the property line, from the neighbor's house. The neighbor's house is all brick. She has no windows or doors on that side. So variance for that, to have that installed.
And it can't go in the front of the house or the rear of the house?
All three sides, we walked it with our contractor. We walked that with our contractor, see if there would be another location. But because of all the codes for windows and doorways and vents, it was the only side that would be feasible to go was on that side, which is our mechanical side. And I did ask about the air conditioning. The air conditioning is within that 5 foot range. Everything's supposed to be within 6 foot. So I did ask, how did that air conditioning get within that variance? And that was 1 year prior to the code. So that
It was grandfathered.
so that got granted, which is good, you know, but all the mechanical is on that side, the meter, the gas meter, the electric box, the air conditioning. And probably, I could look at my drawing here, probably about 20 feet down would be the air conditioning, approximately. The generator would be about 15 feet, 20 feet from the air conditioning.
Okay. How big is the generator?
It's a 24 kVA. The measurements on, from 20 to a 22 to 24, the shell are all about the same, but the KVA side, it's a 24 kVA.
Okay.
And we have, it's right here. We have the sheet, that's all.
Want to see any?
Probably the noise is the consideration that we'd have most, you know, that we'd have to look at mostly. Does it say how many dBA or decibels that the,
It does, we'd have to look that up, but I'm not sure the DBA's being 1 foot close to the property line would make a difference if it was 1 foot further away. I don't know.
what's the generator at as far as, is it 66 dB or is it 90 dB? There's a lot of difference as far as,
Should be in here. And we didn't do our homework on sound.
Oh my goodness, there's all kinds of numbers.
they usually say so many feet away, and
Sound output at 23 feet is, ours is a 24 way up here, it'd be 67, if I'm reading this correctly. But then it's got sound output at 23 foot generated.
That's a quiet test.
The quiet test is at 57. I would go by the 67, 57 at quiet mode. If I'm reading this correctly, I hope I'm not reading it wrong.
what, do you have choices as far as the mufflers on it or anything, or,
I'm not sure about that.
so like a super quiet muffler or something? I'm just
Yeah,
looking-
and actually, if we put, if there were a place to put on the back of the house, there's, two of our neighbors are actually probably as close there. We're surrounded by houses.
Right.
Them are very small lots over in Brigantine. Small lots.
And I see you have a letter here from your neighbor saying he has no problem.
Is that Lynn?
That's probably, is that Vic and Diane Sarabone?
Yes.
Yes,
They're
right.
kitty corner.
They're kitty corner off the corner.
Oh, that's not the house alongside.
That's
No,
not-
that-
no, that's Lynn Varney.
that's Lynn.
We didn't know if anybody had, other than attending, I don't see any of our neighbors, but I don't, if anybody else had written in any concerns.
Any other questions for the applicant, board members?
I have no questions.
Amanda, anything?
No.
Okay. As there's no further questions, we'll open up to the audience. Is there anyone?
Excuse me, I just have one question. I see on your drawing that it's near the back. That's not by a sunroom or anything where your neighbors would be sitting?
No, not at all. That space where we're putting the Generac, I don't know what you just said by a sunroom or nothing.
I mean, just something with screens where they would have.
No, it's
Near the
actually
back.
between our two houses. Her house is a solid brick wall from corner to corner.
Okay,
She doesn't even have a deck or a porch or anything.
okay. That was why, I was looking at
Yes.
the location. and
Yes.
it might in-
No screen.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't mean to incriminate Lynn, but she has not done nothing, like she doesn't have.
She doesn't sit in her backyard at all.
Yeah, she just has a little wood deck, and she's all in favor of the generator, because I'm gonna help run her house on power failures. She actually wanted to come down and fight for me. I'm like, Lynn, you don't need to come. She, well, that's good, it's good.
Okay. Is there anyone in the audience who'd like to speak to this case this evening? Hearing none, unless there's further discussion for the applicants, we'll close the public portion of the meeting, go into board discussion. Board members?
The one thing I noticed was that the neighboring house has absolutely no windows or doors on the entire side of the house, only two glass block basement windows, so the noise probably won't be as much of a factor.
Yeah, and it's the one month, or 1 day a week that they're testing it, that's probably,
Sure,
a
yep.
little bit of annoying, but that doesn't go very long.
No.
That's why I wondered if there were a deck or something where they would be exposed to the noise. No.
Oh, you've got experts out there that can address this, right?
I think he wanted to hear your comment.
Okay, anyone else would like to speak to the audience or speak to this case this evening? Okay, hearing none, we're in board discussion. Is there a motion this evening?
I'll make a motion to approve a variance from section 5.05A1 for the following reason. The location is the only feasible site where this can be installed, based on our ordinances. As to specific standards of Article 18, Section 18.04, 1 through 7.
Okay, thank you. Is there support for the motion?
I'll support.
Motion by Mr. Brado, supported by Ms. Thorpe. Mr. Brado, will you do the honors? please?
Sure. Mr. Brado, yes. Ms. Torp?
Yes.
Chairman Lytle?
Yes.
Amanda?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, motion approved.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck. Okay, next item on the agenda.
Item D3, case number 17-22, ZBA LaBelle Companies, 32190 North River Road, requesting a 16-foot side variance to build a detached garage.
Okay, and there's Representative LaBelle's to speak to us this evening.
Bruce Godfrey from 32212 North River Road,
Okay,
owner of the property at 32190, requesting a variance, location of a new garage. Got a set of plans here, good to see it.
yeah, I think we may have a set too, we may have the same set, but it'd be nice to get taken through the,
Pardon me?
it'd be nice to get taken through the project and explain what the request is. Just do it anywhere, it's fine.
You're going to have to speak louder, sir.
Yeah, you're speaking to the microphone. Oh, okay.
You have a copy, so you have a copy, okay, that's fine.
Is this what we have? It's not color
It looks
coded.
like it,
Just not color coded.
yeah, right.
The pink area would represent the location of the new garage.
Yes.
There happens to be a garage down by the road that's about 6 feet off the right-of-way. It's going to go away, what I'm trying to replace.
I'm sorry, could you repeat
Everything
that?
around me is zoned residential, except this is commercial, and the commercial's got a different requirement for offset of the lot line. Makes no sense to put this garage in the middle of the 60-foot lot. Lot's approximately 60 foot there by plenty deep, 239 depth on it. Like I said, I'm going to eliminate the garages down by the road. I can't even park a car in front of the door to get in without the bucket getting run over on North River Road.
So just help me.
The blue area represents the concrete driveway coming in. Green is the grass area. Orange is the stoned area.
And the garage is the pink?
Pardon me?
The proposed garage is the pink area?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you can see closer to the river, there's a pool, and there's an existing building, the marina office originally.
And that's going to remain? The marina, that building at the back?
Pardon me?
The building at the back is going to remain?
Oh, okay, this is the, up here.
Pool house, yeah. That's the, what was the question on the pool house?
I said it's going to remain?
I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
Is it going to remain?
Yeah, oh, yes.
You're keeping it?
That's, yeah, the pool house is going to remain. That was just recently rebuilt.
Now, how is this property going to be used relative to,
I own the property on the east side of it.
okay?
This is kind of used for my grandkids and so forth when they're out. My myself, condo next door uses the pool some. We also use some of the parking area periodically.
So you own that home? The
Yes.
single-family home? Okay.
32212, right next door. I don't know if you're familiar with that property. It looked like 10 years ago, but it was absolute junkyard. 50 years of collection. I lived in the condo next door, the other side. Decided to develop that property. Kind of the final step, is garage off the road.
So this is a private garage, not a commercial garage?
So it's private.
Okay.
Like I say, because of the zoning, and I tried to get it changed, they gave me a variance to build the house, but because of the zoning, that's why that 16 set. There's nothing around me that's zoned commercial of the property.
And this is zoned, what, WF?
Waterfront?
Waterfront, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Other questions, any questions for the applicant this evening?
I don't have any questions.
If you happen to look at the property, street, I mean, all the sense in the world. Get this whole garage out of there and
Yeah,
the smaller
we call you,
garage.
But I think we understand what your request is this evening, and we'll open up, does anyone else in the audience want to speak to this case?
My name is Brian McQuaid. I live in the Harbor Island condo building, which is just west of this piece of property. There's only 4 units in our condo building. I have a letter from the rest of them that are supporting Mr. Godfrey in the building of this garage. I'm here to support him also to allow that to happen.
Okay.
We all think it'll improve the look of our properties. I'm here to support Bruce.
Anyone else like to speak to us this evening? Anything else to add, please?
Okay.
Or 32190.
There you go, okay. We're just looking at something here real quick.
Anything I can point out to you on the drawings?
No, we're trying to look at some adjacent properties and just seeing what else is out there.
I drove by there. It's his house to the east, the condo to the west, and a huge lot, right, Mr. Godfrey?
Right.
Just a big old lot.
Correct. Depending on who you talk to at the county, getting that other garage out there is going to help them with their easement, build that bridge 2024.
It really is right on top of the road.
Oh, it
isn't
is.
Right, that, yeah.
I can't pull up in front of the door and open the door without somebody about taking the back of my vehicle.
Well, that's strange.
This replacement garage is smaller. I mean, I'm giving up a fair amount of space to meet code, square footage, downsize.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gottfried. I think we've got all our questions addressed at this point. Is that correct, board members?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. We'll close the,
Take the letters.
we'll close the public portion of the meeting, go into board discussion. Comments, board members?
I drove by there, and it is just a big, empty dirt lot right now with, like Mr. Godfrey explained, that garage that is sitting there is right on the road.
Yes.
So by taking that down, I agree that it will improve the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, look how much closer this is than the condo.
Doesn't sound inconsistent with what we've done elsewhere in that area. I mean, waterfront, we kind of like, anything goes. I mean, as long as it's improving, you know.
I mean, here's the lot, there is nothing there. I
Yeah.
took pictures.
It sounds like it's gonna be grass area, which
Grass
looks
and
better from
stone.
the road. And it is a 50-foot lot, so it's hard on those waterfront lots.
Yeah.
It's approximately 60 foot water, 50 type of road. I think it shows like
Yeah, it shows
28
by
or something on there, and then there's an extra 2 feet.
Okay. Is there a motion this evening? Other discussion?
I'm struggling with the practical difficulty on this one. I mean, I'm not struggling from a negative standpoint, I'm just struggling to put that together in a motion.
Well, he's demolishing
We're demolishing this.
one that is, kind of blocks the view on a rather major road.
He said it interferes with traffic, and it really does. It's right there.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's kind of a trade-off that's being done. It might be a practical difficulty or a difficulty with the
I
project.
don't know what that would be either, though.
So I move that the ZBA approve a variance from, let me start over. I move that the ZBA approve this variance for the following reason. The existing garage interferes with traffic and is inconsistent with the buildings that are surrounding it. So based on those two reasons, I'm going to say that's the practical difficulty on this, with the reference to specific standards of Article 18, Section 1804, 1-1 through 7.
Thank you. Is there support for the motion?
I'll support.
Motion by Mr. Brado, supported by Ms. Torp. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, Mr. Brado, will you do the roll call, please?
Sure, Mr. Brado, yes. Ms. Torp?
Yes.
Ms. Oparka?
Yes.
Chairman Lytle?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, congratulations. Good luck with your project.
I think that's going to be a significant improvement.
Okay.
I'll tell you, the color coding really helped me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really helped.
Yes.
Oh, and
Mr.
so,
Godfrey, the color coding really helped.
would you like your drawing back, too?
Yeah, would you like this plan back?
Yeah, you don't need it.
No.
Yeah, we can thank George Summers of LaBelle for color.
It really did help.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next item on the agenda is old business. Is there any old business this evening? New business? I don't know, have we gotten any notices from the state of courses for the zoning? Okay, state of Michigan has in the past given classes for zoning board members, and it's a pretty good course. I think they probably suspended it with the COVID, but we probably want to look out for those in the future. If you see anything, would you bring it to the board? Okay, thank you. Any other new business? We welcome Amanda as announcements this evening. You said you've been with the planning commission 7 years now?
I'm probably close to that, so, yeah.
So we're happy to have you aboard and look forward to working
I'm
with you
happy
closer.
to be here.
Any other announcements? Public comment? Our public has left. Unless there's objection, we'll adjourn this meeting.
So moved.
Support, is there support for the motion?
Support.
Support.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Meeting is adjourned.
All right. Did I the motions that I made?